What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Dirtbag's 5.3 liter to find out what's going on with the oiling system. Join me. Here she is. I happen to have some orange spray paint in the closet up there, so this is now orange. Trying to figure out what's going on with, we covered the pickup tube, had some modifications to it. Some of these nuts that were on there kind of got ramrodded down in there, so you can see some of the pickup tube things are bent. And the pickup tube, if you look, I got Vaseline on there. I put this pan on, and I don't have the gasket, so I'm gasket thickness out from my tolerances here, but I was trying to see how close I was. And the pan doesn't even touch. I've got almost an inch of goop on there, as you can see. Very not goodish. Almost an inch of goop on there, and it did not even touch the pan in there. So that's how much that pickup is sticking off the top there. Also, a thing to note, when you're buying these pans, it comes with a windage tray in there. Mine, the little bolts that hold the windage tray on. These little guys, that's not the windage tray. I don't know what this is called. The little slosh guy. Bolts that hold this in were like finger tight, and this was rattling around in there, so probably not good to have loose engine parts. Buying one of these, check those. I always do. Sometimes they're loose, sometimes they're not. The lock tight dab will do you. So anyways, trying to figure out what to do with this. I don't know what pan this is. It looks like, you go on to like ICT billet or something, it looks like an H3 or muscle car swap pan, mainly because of this little guy. You can take measurements and figure out depth and everything. And this is a clone pan, obviously. There's no markings on it anywhere. Probably Amazon or eBay kind of thing. But not identifiable by markings. Usually you can find a part number somewhere. I'm going to say H3 muscle car pan. I don't know what this pickup is, and it's got some super high quality. I don't know if those are plated or if those are trying to be copper. Hold down windage tray nuts. Don't like that. Try not to spend money on this because this is Project Dirtbag, but oiling is the main system for this. I got to make sure that that's going to work. All right, guys, a couple of beers later and staring at this pickup tube, I think I figured out a solution to how I'm going to make this work without spending any money. So I've got the old oil pump in there, not worried about damaging that. Got to make changes to this pickup tube assembly. I got my double bolt girdle deal on there, and it's got both bolts in there, so this is locked down nice and tight. I got the oil pump bolted in there. It's nice and tight, so this orientation is going to be good for the pickup tube O-ring to seat and not have any issues. You can see I got a little heat on here. I did heat this up, and I bent it up this way because my clearance was almost 2 inches from the bottom of the pickup to the pan. It is kind of askew now. I'm probably going to have to tweak on, there you go, I have to tweak on this a little bit more. As you can see, the bracket, now that I've bent it, is got my extra inch in there that I need. I have, I think, 3/8 of an inch here and like a 1/2 an inch here. So it's probably going to heat this up, bend that a little bit, cut this bracket off, and kind of tack it back on there so that pickup tube is at the correct orientation to where it needs to be on the pan. Normally you don't have to go through all of this, but from internet researching and automotive archaeology, that seems to be an eBay pan, and I can tell that because the super Gucci copper, these aren't really copper, but copper looking nuts on here. And the only place I've been able to find that is one seller on eBay. So that is what this is. I'm going to go with. I don't know, not a detective, but we got to make some changes here. So I don't know if anyone else has had this issue, or I don't know if maybe when all of this was installed and the stuff we covered in the previous video happened, maybe that's why this has happened to happen. But I don't want to buy another $130, $40 pan kit, and it does the exact same thing. So we're just going to make this work to what we need to do. And the theme of this build is it the right way Probably not. Is it going to work? It probably will. And if it doesn't, it'll work up until it doesn't. If that makes sense. So let's get to heating and cutting and welding. All right, let's check our work. I took this and set this on here and just tack these brackets where I think they need to be. First thing we got to do is drop the, oh, yep. This was hot and I grabbed it and I dropped it and I bent that tab right there. Let me go bend that back. It still is hot. Dropped it again, taking it over to the bench. Okay. So we should be able to drop this in. Oh, need some tweaking. First step, you want to make sure that your pickup tube goes in straight. I'm a little bit off with that bracket right there, but I've got the bracket persuader 7000 over here. I'm going to talk to it for a minute. That seems to work. Have you noticed this still slides in nice and easy into that hole and not to force that? That's what we want. That O-ring will seal up really nice in there. I'm going to put these in just so I make sure that my tube is locked down when I'm doing all this. This is the most crucial part of the whole thing, really, is the pickup tube alignment going into the pump, because that's where that O-ring seal has to happen. I'm going to torque this down to spec. Right about click, click. Yep, torqued. These brackets line up pretty good. Looks like I meant to do that. Tighten these down real quick. Torque, torque. It even says that when you do it. Torque. Does not. All right, so now we're going to get our height checker device in here. Let's get some foil and kind of wad it up. Going to go on there, and we're going to put that pan on top. And we're going to see where we're at. I want 1/4 to 3/8 inch clearance. I'm already hitting that foil, so that's good. Better than where we were. I'll compress that down. Should probably put some bolts in here. Give it a nice even torque. I'm going to simulate that. Just pressing down on it. That's with the gasket on there. Where are we at? Now we can measure this guy. Now this measurement, now that we've got that all together, right at, you what, 3/8? It's below 3/8. That's about right where we want it. So that I'm going to call good. It's a lot closer than it was. Should keep me from starving and all the other things. Again, I don't know why this is like that with this pan and this pickup tube and all the things. I'm assuming 800 hands have been across it. Got it fixed. Didn't have to spend any money on it. Now I'm going to get this thing buttoned up and get the old pump swapped out for the new pump and get it back on the truck. Well, guys, another win for the day. We got the oil pump figured out, got everything, pickup tube bent, all the clearance is right. We didn't have to spend money, which was the important part. Trying not to spend anything on this truck other than what I can trade or con somebody into. But the cam kit, I had to buy that. You know, if you're building cars, you know how that is. But it was a good deal. And I had some money saved up from other parts I sold. Anyways, thanks for watching how I fixed my oil pan. It's probably not the right way. I'm sure everyone has comments on how that's not going to work, but it's going to work until it doesn't. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.
Oh.
Oh yeah!
Action.
On fire!
I just wake up and piss excellence, and I want to go fast.
You're not first, you're last.
I was high when I said that. Did real good. Car ran real good.